Right, George, can you hear me okay?
Okay, Chris. Yep.
Okay, we're just going to check we've got full movement on the controls. There we go. So this can be quite a laborious start procedure because we've got to get just exactly the right mixture in there so when he pulls the propeller through, because there's no electric starter on here, so we've got to get exactly the right mixture in the cylinder that he pulls the prop through. There's one cylinder at a time when it fires the first time, and if it's not exactly right, the engine doesn't start. So there's a lot of sucking in and blowing out to get the right mixture.
Okay, Chris. Thank you.
taxiing for 26.
Right, we're good to go. So you better give the family a wave as we taxi away. I'm sure they'll all be snapping photographs.
QNH 1031.
Okay.
26 right turn 103100.
Compton call. Compton traffic, Golf Alpha Sierra Mike Zulu, 3 miles east, change, dead side for runway 2.
Compton traffic, Golf Charlie Kilo, final, Compton 1.
Very busy here today.
Compton traffic, November Hotel, crosswind 26 right. Golf Charlie, after you vacated the runway, proceed to the eastern end of the airfield and follow the marshalling instructions. Roger, Golf Charlie.
Aircraft on the runway, if you can keep it rolling, we'd appreciate it.
So George, on takeoff and initial climb out, the engine's going to be on full power, so it's quite noisy, so I won't do any chatting until we've levelled off and throttled back, and then you'll be able to hear me much better then.
Okay, Chris. Thank you.
Compton traffic, November Hotel, turning downwind 26 right, November Hotel.
Operator Tango is ready for departure and nothing on the approach, lining up to 26.
Wind is westerly 10 knots.
So Tango, thank you.
Golf Charlie Kilo, runway mate.
Operator Tango is rolling 26.
Compton radio, Golf Alpha November Kilo Zulu, final 26 to land. Compton traffic, November Hotel, extending downwind 26 right.
Tiger Moth X-ray Tango lining up for immediate departure. There we go.
Golf Romeo, hold 26. Compton traffic, November Hotel is right base 26, November Hotel. Golf Kilo Zulu, surface wind, southwesterly 10 knots. Southwesterly 10, Kilo Zulu. Compton radio, Golf Alpha X-ray, Whiskey Victor, radio settled and departure taxi. Golf Alpha X-ray, Whiskey Victor, Compton radio, visibility 5, runway 26, right-hand circuit, QNH 1031. Golf Romeo, line up 26. Compton traffic, November Hotel, turning right final 26. Golf November Hotel, surface wind, southwesterly 13 knots. Golf Romeo, taking off 26.
There's lining up 26. Compton radio, this is Golf Alpha Tango Oscar November requesting radio check and taxi information for return flight to Shopton.
Radio, visibility 5, runway 26, right circuit, QNH 1031.
Runway 26, right hand, QNH 1031, Golf Foxtrot.
Golf Romeo departing to the south, Compton traffic.
Lima lining up to depart.
Right, there we are. We've levelled off now. Can you still hear me okay, George?
Yes, Chris, thank you.
Okay, what a lovely view we've got today. The visibility is almost unlimited, but of more immediate interest, we've got Shaftesbury just below us, which you obviously know well. You can see the old part of the town just towards the nose of the aircraft, and the church and the remains of the old abbey there.
That's right.
So will you be able to spot your house from the air?
Control. I've got a bungalow.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, what part of the town is it in?
The north part.
Okay. Off to the side where, on the road out towards Warminster Way.
That's right, yes.
Okay. Well, that's coming up on the right-hand side now, so we're lined up. There's the roundabout there where the garage is.
Golf November Hotel, if you park at the far eastern end of the row of aircraft in your 1 o'clock, there's a marshal available.
Absolutely well done, November Hotel, thank you very much.
Delta to Victor lining up 26 for immediate.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn right in a second. We'll just go a little bit past it, and then I'm going to turn right, so you'll get another view of it. I'm just going to wait till we're over these solar panels here, just at the side of the road, and we're going to turn around and go back the other way. Okay, we're starting the right turn now, so if you look down the right wing, you should get quite a good view.
Mike Taylor, final to land, Robert.
It's amazing how big Shaftesbury is these days, isn't it?
That's right.
When you go through on the main road, you don't realise that how far the houses extend. Okay, we're turning away from Shaftesbury now, and we're heading down towards Wind Green. Okay. Compton Abbas, where we took off from, is just in front of the right wing there, this side of the wooded area. You might be able to see the buildings and the aircraft and that on the ground. Of course, Compton Abbas is almost on the highest part of Cranbourne Chase. Wind Green is the highest bit, which is just over 900 feet. But even the airfield is 810 feet above sea level. So quite often you get low cloud and high winds affecting the field there. Okay. Now, before we cross Wind Green, down on the right-hand side, just ahead of us, you can see there's some lovely parkland there, which is the Fern Estate. Quite an interesting place. There's been a house there for many hundreds of years, but the interesting thing about the house there now is that it's virtually a new build house. It was only built about 15 or 16 years ago. A huge country house built in the old style. and but with all mod cons obviously. And the family that own that, the Rothermere family, amongst other things, they own the Daily Mail newspaper.
All right, okay.
You can see the land around the house is absolutely lovely. It's kept beautifully.
Big weather to find.
Okay, thanks.
Compton Radio, Golf Alpha X-ray, Whiskey Victor, clearing to the northeast. Goodbye, thank you very much, thanks.
Roger, thanks.
Wind Green, the highest part, is just on the top of the hill there, just on the other side of the estate there. There's a couple of cars in a car park glinting in the sunlight, and there's the little knoll of trees which are just about on the highest point, I think. We're heading towards Tollard Royal now, which is on the other side of Wind Green, obviously. Now, you can see there's quite a lot of wooded areas ahead of us here. And this Cranbourne Chase, many hundreds of years ago, was just one gigantic forest. Back in the time of King John, it was a royal hunting forest. So I presume they came and hunted both deer and wild boar and what have you. And the pub in Tollard Royal, of course, is called the King John.
Yes, I passed it yesterday.
And it's only fairly recent history where there was more need for agricultural land, but eventually a lot of the trees got cut down in the last couple of hundred years, and the land turned more over to agricultural use, as you can see now, looking all around you. But they didn't cut all the trees down, so there's still quite a lot of woodland around in this area. Just looking out to the left and the right at the moment, you can see there's a lot of trees around here.
That's right.
This whole area we're flying over now is part of the Rushmore estate, which is one of the biggest estate owners around here. And again, back in history, 100 odd years ago, they owned thousands of acres in South Wiltshire and North Dorset, but I think they've sold quite a bit off over the years. The house down on the right-hand side, that you can see on the end of the right wing there, also a golf course down there, that originally was the house that went with the estate, but during the Second World War, a lot of the schools were moved from London because of the bombing, and one school called Sandroyd School moved down and took up residence in that house, and they've stayed there ever since, so that is still Sandroyd School.
Very nice, yes.
Looks lovely, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Now, Tollard Royal is just nestling in the valley just out to our right here, so the fields to the south of it are just ahead of us now. You must know the Lama Tree Gardens, don't you? Have you heard of the Lama Tree Gardens?
I am, yes.
Yeah, so that's part of the Rushmore estate. That's just out on the right-hand side, just south of Tollard Royal. And of course they do weddings there, and they have a music festival there a couple of times a year. So that's just down on the right-hand side.
That's right, yes.
So the fields to the south of Tollard Royal, where we think your son is, somewhere down here. So we're flying over, so hopefully he might see a Tiger Moth flying over us. We'll just do a bit of a turn so that he might have a chance of spotting us. Just to the left of the nose, that's Sixpenny Handley, just up ahead of us.
Okay, yes. I think he was working off the 354.
Sorry, he was on the A354, did you say?
Just off the A354.
Okay, well we're heading that way now, so that's up ahead of us, so we'll be flying along there, so there's a good chance he might see us. Now, if you look straight in front of you, right on the horizon, of course, we can see the south coast there, just to the right of the nose, You can see that strip of water coming inland with the hills behind it, so that's Poole Harbour. The hills behind it are the Purbeck Range, just near Studland Bay and Swanage. Right on the nose of the aircraft at the moment is Bournemouth, and then if you look to the left of the nose, in the far distance, you can actually see the Solent and the Isle of Wight.
All right, okay, very nice.
Yeah. Lovely visibility. Now you feel the aircraft being pushed around a little bit, and that's because it's a lovely sunny day, and the ground is heating up, the sun's quite powerful, and it's triggering off thermals, which are these rising currents of air, and every time we fly through a rising current of air, it feels like somebody's given us a kick underneath the aircraft. Okay. And of course the birds, they go looking for these thermals because it means they can stay airborne without having to expend so much energy.
London information 124.750.
So that's the little village of Farnham down on the right-hand side amongst the trees there. Yep. And if you have a look out to the left at the moment now, we're running parallel with the south coast, so you've got a really good view of the coastline there. Oh yes, beautiful view. It's lovely, isn't it? And you realise how big Poole Harbour is now. You can see what a big expanse of water it is, how far inland it comes.
That's right. I mean, when my granddaughter and her husband come down, he's a school teacher, they always go down to the quay in Poole.
Oh, lovely, yes. Right, so we're heading westwards now, about 7 miles ahead of us is the town of Blandford Forum. Now we talked about flying the aircraft on the ground then, George, so would you like to have a go at doing some flying?
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you come on the controls, just like I showed you, just 2 fingers and a thumb, just holding it really lightly. I'm still flying it at the moment. We're just going to do a turn to the left. So we're looking through the windscreen, we're looking at the horizon. Now we go to the left now, so the stick is going to the left. The aircraft is banking to the left and turning. That's about enough bank, so the stick is back in the middle now. We're just making small corrections to try and hold the angle of bank constant. There we go, and if the nose starts to descend, I'm just going to make the nose go down just to demonstrate it. So there's the nose going down now. So the nose is below the horizon, we're descending now, so I just gently pull back on the stick, there we are, and I bring the nose back up onto the horizon again, making a level turn. So we're going to come out of the turn now, so the stick is going to the right, the aircraft is rolling to the right, there we go, looking for a level horizon about there, and we're going in a straight line.
Okay.
Okay, George, so you've got the controls, don't worry, you can't break it. So when you're ready, let's try doing a turn all the way around to the left then, okay? So off we go to the left. That's it, just a bit more bank to get us turning, that's it. Just so we don't get dizzy, we'll finish off by doing a turn to the right, shall we? So off we go to the right. Just a bit of back pressure there, keep the nose up. That's it. Beautiful, that's it. That's a lovely turn. You can just keep it going a bit longer. here. We're going to roll out of the turn now, so stick goes back to the left. And then just push forward a little bit, so you can see over there. Just push forward a bit more. There we are. And there we are, we're going back in a straight line again. Okay then George, you relax, I've got the controls again.
Okay, Chris, thank you.
So you can tell your friends you didn't just have a flight in a Tiger Moth, you actually did some flying yourself.
Wonderful.
Right, let's have a look around. Let's head off in the general direction of Blanford 4 then. So just looking down the left wingtip at the moment, there's a road down there, and that is the A354. That's the main Salisbury to Blanford road. So quite a useful feature for navigating, so big roads like that and towns are very useful features when you're flying around. You see there's quite a bit of traffic going on there today, but I guess we're in the middle of the holiday season there.
That's right.
So we're heading west towards Blanford, but if you look right on the horizon, just to the left of the nose, you can see what looks like a big grey lump floating in the sky.
See it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually over at Weymouth, and that's the Isle of Portland. Of course, it's not an island, it's joined onto the mainland, but they call it the Isle of Portland for some reason. And now that must be about 25-30 miles away, so a really good visibility. It just looks like it's floating there on the horizon at the moment.
That's right, yeah. Where by Sunderland, down in Dean in Kent, you can see France on a clear day.
Yeah.
Another 2 kilo turning, base.
You can see, looking down at the coast, the other side of Poole Harbour, there's a bit of low cloud hanging on the coast there. There's a bit of moist air, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, so looking ahead of us there now, to the right of the nose, in the middle distance there we can see Blanford Forum starting to loom up ahead. The fields we're flying right over the top of at the moment. In a couple of weeks from now, this will be the site of the Great Dorset Steam Fair, so it'll be extremely busy. And it looks a wonderful sight from the air when you see it, because there's about 600 acres, the whole site, and it will be covered with vehicles, caravans, traction engines and cars and what have you. It looks an incredible sight.
Long as an old day.
Just coming up on the front of the nose now, this is the Blanford Army camp where the Royal Signals are based. Turning away from the coast now, turning back to the north in the general direction of Shaftesbury. Okay.
Wind southwesterly 10 knots.
Roger, 2 kilo.
Compton Radio, Golf Alpha Whiskey Echo India, radio check and taxi for return flight to Compton Abbas.
There we are, that gives a good view of Blanford on our left-hand side. It's very similar to Shaftesbury in the fact that you've got the old town, which is over the far side by the river, and then Blanford over the years has expanded out quite a lot. When you're driving through it, you don't realise that it covers such a big area.
That's right, yes.
Traffic short final, westerly 13 knots.
I copy that, has traffic in the site.
Right, so we're pointing north now, so right on the nose, just to the right of the nose, that's Shaftesbury, right in the middle distance there, about 7 or 8 miles away. And of course Compton Abbas is a couple of miles south of Shaftesbury, so between us and Shaftesbury is the airfield. The plan is that we go back over the top of Compton Abbas, so you'll be able to look right down on the runway and all the aircraft, and then we'll make a right-hand circuit around the field and end up coming into land in the same direction we took off.
Okay, Chris, thank you.
So looking out to the left at the moment, just left of the nose, that's the northwesterly direction. towards Wincampton there, and beyond that, that's the Somerset Levels, right out towards the Bristol Channel. So the line of the horizon there is actually where the coastline is on the Bristol Channel.
Oh, okay. You've got a wonderful view up here.
I think this is exceptional today. We don't get many days when the visibility is as good as this.
No.
I'm going to be turning the radio up now, so you'll probably hear a little bit of chatter, and then eventually I'll be calling them to tell them that we're coming back into their area.
Okay, Chris. Yankee rolling. Golf Alpha Whiskey Echo India lining up in turn, ready for immediate. Wind is southwesterly 10 knots. Copy. Compton Radio Golf Alpha Zulu Whiskey Sierra 10 miles to the north, inbound to join. For 26 right and 1031. Copy. Station calling Compton Radio. QSE 1001. 1001 copy, Golf Whiskey Sierra. Golf Alpha Mike with right base 26.
Compton traffic, Tiger Moth X-ray Tango, joining dead side for runway 26 to right hand, copy the QFE 1001. So the runway just beyond the trees now.
Mike is right base 26. Compton Radio, with a tango impact, Station calling Compton Radio, readability 1. Compton Radio, Golf Mike is turning pilot. Golf Oscar Mike, wind southwesterly 13 knots. Compton Abbas Radio, Golf Alpha X-ray uniform Kilo J Down, taxiing for departure on 26, departure to O'Hara. Runway 26, right hand circuit, QNH 1031. QNH 31, 26, right hand circuit, okay, copy that.
Compton traffic, Tiger Moth X-ray Tango, downwind, micro right circuit 265, visual 1 on final.
Golf Yankee, Yankee, QSY en route. Thank you very much for a good day. Again. The surface wind is westerly 13 knots.
Traffic, Tiger Moth X-ray Tango, final 26, visual 1 on.
Wind is southwesterly 13 knots. Golf Whiskey Sierra is 2.5 miles north of the field, switching for an overhead joint. Wind is westerly 10 knots.
Did you enjoy that then?
Wonderful, Chris. Thank you very much indeed. Good. Negative. We need that for access. So if you taxi to the far eastern end of that row of aircraft, there's marshallers available to direct you.
Kilo Golf to the north, thank you for the day, and to them.
Roger, thanks.
Radio Golf Bravo Alpha Lima Foxtrot, India Alpha 100 radio check for departure instructions, please.
Golf Lima Foxtrot, Compton Radio, readability 5, runway 26, right hand circuit, QNH 1031.
This is right hand 1031, Tiger Moth, Lima Foxtrot, taxi.
We're going to be doing a running change, I think, so the engine is running. They'll come up on the wing and give you a hand to get untangled from all the straps.
Okay, Chris, thank you.
Compton Radio, India 99281, joining overhead for landing.
India 9281, Compton Radio, runway 26, right hand circuit, QFE 1.